what do you think is the biggest story in terms of what they did or did not accomplish?
You know, the most recent story is McCarthy, and I thought when the season ended that was a guy the Yankees really needed to have. He gave them a nice half season, the ability to get those ground balls, piling up some strikeouts too, was a really nice influence in the clubhouse as well. But guys, I would not have done 4 years and $48 million for Brandon McCarthy. I was thinking 2 years and 25. That would be a nice offer for Brandon McCarthy. And in talking to people around the Yankee organization, I don't believe they were willing to extend beyond 2 years. They weren't giving him 3 years. The Dodgers burst out and gave 4 years. Of course, McCarthy's going to say yes to that.
Jack, you're absolutely right. I talked to some Yankee people very late last night after McCarthy had signed with the Dodgers, and they said, you know, more power to him. If you get 4 years from somebody, that's great. They were never going to go beyond 2 years, just as Jack said. This is a guy with a history of injuries to his shoulder. They just didn't think that it was worth the risk going into his age 32 season. So, you know, he's got himself a good deal. The question is, what do the Yankees do now without him? They've lost him. They've lost Shane Green. They've lost David Robertson. There's a lot of work to be done right now. I think, personally, you know, it will be tough to replace Robertson, more so, but definitely McCarthy. I think McCarthy was the one person I said, the one pitcher who I really believed was a cog to their plans, to the future plans. He's going to be missed. Cashman does have work to do ahead of him now.
And, guys, I think it's funny. If you look at Brandon McCarthy, yes, he had a lot of success when he came over to the Yankees last year, but let's not forget he had an ERA over 5 prior to coming over. Obviously, he changed some things as far as what he was throwing, when he was throwing it, and when he did do that, it paid high dividends. But he's only once thrown over 171 innings in his career. You mentioned his age. I don't think the Yankees ever wanted to do that. It's clear they didn't have any interest in going 4 years, but still a lot of question marks in that rotation. Guys are coming off the board very quickly now. Who's left for the Yankees to go out and get? They're going to have to fill that rotation somehow.
Well, Meredith makes a good point. I mean, he was never going to get more than those 2 years. But remember, Brandon McCarthy had an ERA of under 3 as a Yankee. That's a hard thing to do. He came from the National League, steps into the pinstripes in the Bronx, ERA of under 3. That's pretty hard to replace.